Imagine thinking you're not good enough the whole time you're too good. Stay sharp. Imagine thinking you're not good enough the whole time you're too good. Stay sharp. I read that and I said, I'm about to punch her in the head. Right. And so it's not even about other people. This is not about what other people, about other people and understanding your value. This is about you. Do you feel like you are good enough? Do you feel you're good enough for the promotion? Do you feel you're good enough for the job? Do you feel you're good enough to build your business? Do you feel you're good enough for the loan? Do you feel you're good enough to have access? Once you understand that you're good enough and you're super dope and you're super amazing and there's nothing that anyone can do to change your mindset on that, now you look at things differently. Now you look at the fact that, hey, I don't need to get a seat at the table. I don't need to get in the room. I bring the room. How about the room is me? That's how cocky I am, cocky and confident. I am the room. Not even, I went from having a seat at the table. I'll be honest, I was like, oh, I got to have a seat at the table. This is where the big wigs is. This is where the money's at. The who's who is sitting at the table. And what happened when I didn't get in the table? I felt less than. I said, oh man, and me and some of my business friends, we would have jokes. We'd be like, that's the big shrimp room. Oh, I can't wait to get into the big shrimp room. But because I didn't get in there, what happened? What did that do to my level of confidence, knowing that I brought value to the table? I felt as if I needed, in order for me to be someone, I needed to be in the room amongst other people who probably didn't even know who they were in the first place. And even if they did, there was other rooms that I needed to make sure that I was a part of that was more valuable and connected and in alignment with what I needed to do. So then I dropped that. I no longer need a seat at the table. I got clear on that. Got clear, got myself together, and then I said, "Oh, I bring the table to the table." Oh man, I shared that on stage one day. They went crazy. I was like, "I don't need a seat. I'm the table to the table." But therefore, now it means that if I'm bringing the table to the room, now mentally I'm saying if I don't have the right people in the right seats, my table is not going to be valuable. That's a lie. The table already comes with tremendous value because you are bringing it. The seat already comes with tremendous value, but we bring it. We make this thing up. So then I said, all right, I need the right people at the table. So you never know who's really sitting at your table. And what ended up happening is I was putting the table together and aligning seats, but not being careful with the value that I bring. And so therefore the people who were sitting at the seats were quietly sawing at the table legs, quietly. So every time they sat at the table, because I'm thinking it's high value, high people, high profile, they're quietly soaring and trying to knock down the legs of the table. Oh man, let me tell you what changed. What changed? Because this is, I want us to be free from people, you know? So the next thing, the next revelation I had, now I'm in this space of how about I'm the room? I'm not the table. I don't need a seat at the table. I don't need to bring the table to the table, meaning bringing my value, my creativity, bossing up. I don't need to do any of that. When you are the most powerful word, the I am, when you are that and you understand that I am that, there's no need to try to wrestle, because this means if I'm thinking about a seat, that means if I'm not in this seat or somebody's in this seat, I may go into seat either imposter syndrome, because now I'm looking at who's in the seat and how I can knock her down or him down to get a seat at the table. So that means I may have to diminish someone's position so that I can get in that seat. That's not value. That's not boss, right? Or if I'm looking at the table and if I'm bringing the table to the table, now I'm even comparing my table, how it's made, what it looks like. Is it perfect enough? Is it going to be comfortable enough for the people who are coming to sit down? Now I'm concerned, and now I'm not coming from a place of, oh, this is what we're doing, let's get to work. I'm coming from a place of, I hope this is all right. Is the aesthetics great? And what are they going to think? And what are they going to do? And are we going to get to work? And is it going to make sense? And Mm-mm. So now, because I don't want us to lower and dim, I hate using this term because it's just so cliche, dim our lights, but this the, the thing is, I don't want us to lower our value, right? Lowering your value, putting yourself on the discount clearance rack, your gifts, talents, skills, and abilities, your services, your products, your purpose driven life on the clearance rack because you don't understand the value that you bring. Even if it doesn't look like the big shrimp room, it doesn't mean that there's that it doesn't mean that there's no that in other rooms the conversation is not still great and valuable and something that you're in alignment with. So now when we look at the room, we're looking at you as an individual, the energy that you're bringing, the shifts that you're making happen inside of that space, and now making sure that everything is working according to your good. Not so much, is everybody okay? Is everybody good? I need to make sure. Or is it conducive for your growth? So moving in a space of, listen, I'm the room. I create the habitat. I create the lay of the land, right? Thanks to all glory to God. He has given me that power. I'm just asking that I'm in alignment and I'm not getting too carried away. But I create the habitat of growth and success for myself. And as I create the habitat of growth and success, those who need to also grow in this same type of environment and in this element of peace, harmony, love, self-confidence, empowerment, whatever it is, whatever your core values are, you can create that habitat and that space and that element for you to grow. And those who need it will end up getting there. You don't have to tell a bee where to get nectar. You don't have to tell them which flowers to go to, right? And so worrying about who's going to come, how you're going to be used, how you're going to show up, it has nothing to do. It has everything to do with shifting your mindset from you trying to squeeze in seats and sit at tables that you don't belong, and more so in understanding that you need to focus on creating a room. Consider focus on creating a room that will build the growth habitat for success for yourself. And then if people enjoy it, fine. If not, you won't get caught up in, oh, well, this is not too comfy and this feels uncomfortable and this. No, those who are ready to grow through the thick of it will be honored to be in your space and in your environment and in your habitat. That's where I'm with it. And so, like I said, do something about it. If there's something that, and as I close, if there's something that is not working for you and it hasn't worked, some of us are still doing the same thing that we've done for the past decade, for the past 5 years, the past 3 years, the past 30 days. It's not working for you, and you hoping that it does start to work for you, but you know damn well it ain't worked and it hasn't been working, and the last time it didn't work. So we got to look at how are we showing up and how is that serving you? And what do you need to do to shift to show a level of value for your own voice, for your own position, for your own beliefs, for your own business? This is all about you today, activators. And so I will leave you with that. And I'm going to head and get ready for my next interview that I have going on. But God is good. And I can't wait to share with you guys about this whole spokesperson thing. Baby, if God did not bust a whole door open, like a whole door, not even a half a door, I might need to spend some time. Yeah, yes, don't be afraid to switch it up. Don't be afraid. I want y'all to embrace this word. If you're not, if you're not scared, we say in New York, scared. If you're not scared, embrace this word called drastic. People hate it. They hate it when you do so. And the reason why I have to move drastic, some people move strategic if you know you need to move. Listen, take what works for you. You ain't got to operate the way I do. But if you know that you need to do something drastic, because if not, you won't do nothing at all, go drastic. If you know that you always do drastic and you need to be strategic, be strategic. If you know that you just are winging it and you need to be intentional, be intentional. Find your word, bring it to the room. Bring it to the room. Find your word, bring it to the room, create your habitat. My habitat right now is filled with intentional, strategic, drastic, and even dramatical moves. Why dramatical? It's because it's a wow factor. It's a type of thing. Yeah, I'm on the oh shit type of deal. Yeah. And then it's drastic because I have to do it with such aggression and passive aggression to say this needs to be done, and it needs to be done right now. Mm-mm, this minute. This minute. If I wait another minute, it's not gonna get done. I gotta do it right now, right? Drastic, immediately. Pull over, U-turn, skirt. I gotta do that kind of move. So, and then intentional because I need to make sure that my mindset is willing to say, Lucinda, what do you need to stop, start, and continue in order to make this thing happen? Are you being intentional about this? Is this a non-negotiable? And then strategic because your girl over here, like putting that plan together and figuring out time and dates and plans, and that just drives me crazy. But I have to do it. I have to do it because this new level of embracing another value added piece of me is going to need to know the strategy side of it. What is the strategy and what is the results that I'm seeking? All right. So, yes, find your word, create your room, live in your habitat space. And the beauty of it is, you don't have to come out of that habitat space. What you need is going to come to you. F F the seat and F the table. Find your room, create it. God bless. Love you.